What is the best US state to live in and why? People like a lot of states, except Illinois. People hate Illinois. I just moved down to Texas. Here in Texas there is no state income tax. To make up this lost revenue, the property tax is higher than most other states. For a house of comparable size, I would pay about $4,000 a year in property taxes, whereas in Illinois I paid about $7,000. Illinois has income tax, and ridiculously high sales tax, and no budget. Still, frick that state. Not Illinois, that's for fricking sure. Source, from Illinois. I'll chime in with Maine. Gorgeous scenery, mountains, lakes, farmland and beaches. Southern Maine is populated, lots of tourism and excellent restaurants. The further north you go, the more quiet it gets. You can drive for hours and still be in the same state. It can get really isolated, but in the southern part, we have some excellent schools, really gorgeous towns, and the seasons are breathtaking. The gun laws are pretty lax. Fireworks and all that fun stuff are legal. Just finished up a vacation going up and down the Maine coast. Can confirm. Scenery is 11/10, especially in Acadia. Control and F Idaho. No comments found. Sounds about right. Ooh bro, that's the way we want it. Let everyone keep thinking that all we do is grow potatoes and frick our sisters. Not fricking Illinois. Wife and I stopped at a McDonald's in Illinois back in 2011. They were low on cups and made us share one. I'm from Delaware, and I've always thought it's pretty great. It doesn't ever really get extremely hot or extremely cold, and it's pretty diverse geographically. It's got some gorgeous state parks as well as great beach towns. Rehoboth Beach and Dewey Beach. Most notably, the University of Delaware's a great college too. A lot of people tend to rag on it for being small, but I love our size. I feel like there's a stronger sense of community here because of it, yet there's always new people to meet. I couldn't really imagine what it'd be like to live somewhere like Texas where you can drive for like 3+ hours and still be in Texas. Here, it's easy to get to PA, NY, NJ, MD, etc., which is really cool. Delaware's just a really cool state. As someone from Illinois reading this thread, I'm sad. Head north, my friend. It is better up here. How has no one said Illinois yet? Oh, right. As someone from Illinois, I'd be laughing if anyone actually recommended it. Almost 300 comments and not one mention of your home state. Alaska. Grew up there. You've got some of the most beautiful mountains right up against the ocean. The wildlife is never ending. Seriously, every day was an adventure. Plus where I lived it honestly wasn't that cold. And in March you could wake up early around 5 AM, step outside and watch the northern lights from your porch. My best memories were spent there. On the fiscal side, they give you a yearly dividend. I literally got paid to live there. I was able to invest in stocks when I was still a teenager. Plus, they still have a Blockbuster. Illinois. Extremely corrupt. High property taxes. Great place to waste a lot of money for no reason. Hawaii. Aloha Bee. Beaches. Surfing. Asians. Asians surfing on beaches. You're all gonna get laid. So many chickens. But your beaches are so much better than my Jersey Shore. Too bad everyone has to work 2 jobs though. Indiana. We have corn. Yeah, who am I kidding? I'm from England and I'm enjoying this reading. I'm from Austria and I now hate Illinois. WA. Better schools, better pay, great scenery, etc. Just don't mind those pesky serial killers. As a Washingtonian I agree this place is great, though we have an increasingly limited housing market as we try to box out anyone in the lower class or lower middle. Heck, even Tacoma is expensive to live in now and it used to be the poor man's Seattle. Note to self, don't go to Illinois. Not Illinois, it's garbage here, but I don't want to leave. I just can't leave Portillo's. Alabama. Just kidding, don't move here, it's awful. I've lived in Southern California all my 29 years. I have no desire to live anywhere else. You can visit the beach, mountains and desert in the same day. Can confirm. SoCal resident for 28 years and have visited all 3 locations within 24 hours. Minnesota. We have over 10,000 lakes and miles of dense, beautiful forests. Plus everybody here is Minnesota nice. I just moved to Minnesota from South Dakota this year, and I am so glad I made this decision. The Twin Cities are legit the best, and it's not hard to get outside the cities to do some camping adventuring. I'm really surprised North Carolina isn't on here from what I've seen. Mountains, beaches, beautiful cities, rich history, decent property rates. I live in California now and love California, but North Carolina is the end state for me. California is fun while you're young and maybe super freaking loaded. North Carolina has everything I like about out here but not as expensive. Raleigh is an up and coming city. Wilmington is a great beach area. Charlotte is beautiful. And whenever you want to remember how a place can be a crap hole, just go to Fayetteville. I just moved to NC from TX. My family is from the Northeast. So far, the best way I can describe NC is a nice mix of the North and the South. South enough to have barbecue, Chick-fil-A, Southern hospitality, Bluebell ice cream. North enough to have mountains, four seasons, entenmann's, trees. Control F, Kansas, 0 results. You're goddamn right, it sucks out here. I like living in Kansas. Northern Arizona, absolutely beautiful and the weather doesn't get to the fricking 120s like it does in Phoenix and Southern AZ. There's a ton of outdoorsy things to do as well. Hiking, fishing, hunting, skiing, etc. I absolutely love Sedona and Flagstaff. Phoenix reporting in. Screw you. Sent from the 7th layer of heck. Just reading through all of these, can we just agree that America is a beautiful country? Except Illinois. Colorado. It's sunny. It's not too hot. It's not humid. It has pretty mountains. And it has legal weed. The only downside is that Denver has insane rent and housing costs because the job market is doing so much better than the rest of the country that people are moving here in droves to work. Rest of the state is more reasonably priced and also doing okay though. 98 degrees in Boulder today and Breckenridge is literally burning down. Michigan. Minus the Detroit and Flint issues, it's a beautiful state. Has all four seasons. You can find a home almost anywhere that's affordable. Also, weather-wise we don't have earthquakes, hurricanes, etc. Once in a while a tornado, but it's not too bad. Northern Michigan is gorgeous year-round, too. Also, living in Michigan you can get a special license to go to Canada without a passport. That's all good, but you forgot to mention the beer. Being home to Founders, Bells, and Shorts is pretty dang amazing. Absolutely depends what you're looking for. The West Coast is increasingly becoming a more progressive region with lots going on and some of the best untouched nature on the planet. But that comes with sky-high cost of living in some places and other issues. The East Coast and New England have a lot more history and diversity in their major cities. However, many Americans find the people there cold, rude in comparison to the rest of the country, and while there is some beautiful nature there is a lot more development as well. The Great Plains and Heartland have the cheapest land. I mean so cheap it will blow your mind, and lets you live a very independent lifestyle if that's your thing. The people are friendly, but that's also where you will find most of the Trump voters, and you'll be living where it is mostly flat. Plan accordingly. The South is very diverse, consisting of the Delta, Bible Belt, Deep South, and Florida. There is a whole lot going on down there, but they got friendly people, great food, and their own unique culture that even many Americans don't fully understand. Texas is Texas. The Great Lakes is my home and has many similarities to the Great Plains, but is usually a tad more progressive, thinking Minnesota, and has a lot more to see and do in terms of nature. There is a hefty drinking culture and lots of festivals in the summer because everyone is trapped inside all winter. These are generalizations of course, and I'm still leaving out tons, including the entire Southwest. Furthermore, each state and each region is going to be different from their neighbors. I've lived in several, and the answer is Virginia. A good mix of weather, but no season is too extreme. It has mountains and seashore. They're the nicest group of people, where the ladies say things like well bless your heart, and best of all, the state is federally subsidized. The economy will never tank there. Between DC and different government and military installations, tax dollars will flow through that economy forever. When the lovely ladies in the South say bless your heart, I suspect they are being kind and think I am an idiot. Either way, it sounds lovely. I'll argue for Tennessee. Home sweet home to me. It's warm, but it's not Georgia, Alabama deep south warm. It's trending toward fairly progressive. Even the most conservative people are generally very friendly and open to all types of people. We have the best food, typical southern cuisine, plus BBQ, great burgers, and surprisingly good Mexican food, good music, not just country, lots of indie rock, jazz, and your beautiful free 4-hour drive from the Smokies or Memphis, 8 hours from Panama City Beach, and about 10 from Jacksonville. Not to mention the neat places in bordering states, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, Kentucky, South North Carolina, Virginia, etc. I know people tend to crucify the South, but Tennessee is a beautiful mix of the old and the new. I'd advise everybody to at least visit. I love Eastern TN, lived in Knoxville area for 17 years and proud to call it home. Alright, you'll hear me out as long as you don't have kids. South Carolina is legit. You like the beach? Stay away from Myrtle. We've got miles of coastline and some pretty great state parks to explore where you can see turtles and herons and stingrays and all sorts of awesome wildlife. Like mountains? 3 hours up the interstate and you're there. Miles of twisty highways and hiking trails perfect for letting your car or your legs really stretch and have some slightly wild fun. Like making things explode? Fireworks are sold year round and are very loosely regulated outside major cities. Please try to not set anything on fire. Would you like to hunt stuff? Cool. We have a lot of game that needs management. That'll be $25 a year or $500 for life. Yep, life. Yes, that includes your bow and arrow, I think. Not big on property taxes, neither is South Carolina. Enjoy barely paying any as long as you live outside an urban center. Just watch out for potholes, because the roads are atrocious. Do you enjoy history? South Carolina has tons. We were rebelling before it was cool. This state saw more action during the Revolutionary War than anywhere else and we've got the battlegrounds to prove it. And well, the whole seceding first thing, which is our history as well. Wanna nerd out instead? Lovely. Go hang out at the best school in the world, Clemson University, and learn all you can from one of the best engineering programs in the South. Or drop by the local extension office to get a crash course in agriculture and building your own greenhouse, planting your first garden, or just find out what that weird bug is. Alternately go to Greenville and see what BMW or Michelin or Boeing or one of the 3 dozen startups are doing that looks cool. While you're there, drink all the local beer. The political landscape of the state is pretty silly overall, but it's gotten friendlier to craft brewing and it's a beautiful thing. I'm looking at your birds fly south, 13 Stripes, and Holy City. Don't you dare shut down before I come back. And if you would like to start a business, the licensing fees are pretty stupid low, regulations are lax, enforcement is laughable, and corruption is common, so if you need to cut corners, feel free. JK, but not really. Plus this state will always and forever be right to work, so the minimum wage will be the absolute floor and you can fire anyone for wearing a shirt you don't like. It's brilliant, unless you care about your employees. So yeah, South Carolina, unless you have kids, then stay far away. Education sucks in the Palmetto State. Not Illinois. You have been visited by the healthy spirit of exercise. Boy, you will burn all calories today. If you comment, blessed be the heel found. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check another video, or don't. Either way, have a great day, you magnificent people.